This screencast is designed to show you how to remove the errant HTML coding that we're finding in many of our items. It's really important that whenever you're working in development or even just adding a new item to your course that you're not copying and pasting from a Word document. There's a lot of different coding that's in that text that when it's pasted into Blackboard might look okay on the surface, but is actually causing issues for students when they're trying to view things in their own browsers. So what we need to do is kind of clean out all of that HTML coding, and this will show you one way to do that. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm actually in a test in a particular course, and what I've done is I'll just go back in there. So if in any course, you can go into a test and there may or may not be coding involved in some of the questions. So for this particular demonstration, we're going to look at the Unit 12 quiz. And I've worked on a few of these questions already, but one indication that there's some coding going on is if you look through these questions, you'll see that question 5 looks a little different. It's in a different font, it's a smaller font than some of these others. So I'm going to click Modify, and next to the drop down arrow here in the question text, I'm going to click on the button that's going to toggle me to HTML code mode, and when I click on that, you'll see all this coding that's happening behind the scenes, and this is what the problem is. So the easiest way to fix this is to highlight the content of the question and do a Control C, or you can right click and copy the text, and then you want to go to the HTML mode, and you're going to select all of this and hit the delete button. So you're deleting out all of the HTML text, and then staying in this mode, you want to do a Control V. And Control V, or right clicking and clicking paste, is going to paste the text of the question back in there, but because we're in this HTML mode, there's not going to be any of that errant formatting. However, this also means that any of the formatting that you want to see in the questions is removed. So anything that's bold or italicized, you're going to have to redo. So, but at least this cleans it up so that when a student tries to view this question in the test, they're able to see it and it isn't corrupted by all of the coding. So I've pasted the question back in here, and when you're in HTML mode, you can't make any changes in terms of something being italic or bold. So I've pasted the question back in there, and then I'm going to go back to the normal view mode, and the question initially had the Y and the X italicized for this question. So I fixed that, and now if I go back to this HTML mode, you'll see that there's a little bit of coding in here to show that it's now italic, but it is nothing like it was before. So that process is how you remove the HTML coding from an item.